murder of Charlie Kirk?
It's unbelievable. I'm not the president of the United States.
Why can't you condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk?
Unbelievable to me.
Why can't you condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk?
Because it wasn't my side that caused it. It should be the one that is driving up the rhetoric.
It actually was your side that caused it. It was your side.
This guy was raised in a white Christian household.
He was a radicalized leftist ideology.
He wasn't radicalized by leftism at all. You have no proof of that whatsoever.
That's what the investigators are saying.
Was a conservative, just like the people that firebombed Shapiro's house was a conservative, just like all the J6ers were conservatives, just like the Proud Boys were conservatives. Every single one of these people. Oh, it's Jack Brzovic. What, the author of Unhuman? Another person that Charlie's put a good one, dude.
Well, I'll give you one last chance, Destiny, to condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk.
Yes, you are acting like an unhuman.
Why can't I hear Donald Trump condemn violence in this country?
All right, you won't condemn it. Okay, we've all heard.
That's insane.
We've all heard you repeatedly refuse to condemn it.
And we've heard Donald Trump refuse to condemn it too. But for some reason, the leftists on YouTube are a bigger deal. Unbelievable.
Yeah. What's incredible is you don't have the basic humanity to condemn it. You'd rather taunt his widow. I find that sickening. Jack Posobiec.
I find it sickening that when people are getting killed in the country, the president of the United States on Fox and Friends, when they're begging him, what do you say to your followers that want revenge? He says, I don't know, all the elections are rigged. It's the radical Democrats. That's insane to me. And then the fixation is, well, who on Twitter and YouTube isn't condemning the violence?
All right, Jack Posobiec.
You have a great example here of the type of cancer I'm talking about, where when you present direct information, they refuse, they obfuscate, they refute, they say it's not true, they lie. You could see from the bullet casings, you could see from postings, you could see from everything out there that, it's very clear what happened here. This is the same people who supported President Trump almost getting assassinated twice last year, Corey Capatore being assassinated last year in a situation. Again, see, just lies. That's all they do. They talk over. They don't even let you give a chance to speak. And something needs to be done, Piers. Something absolutely needs to be done. This ideology should be shamed, humiliated, driven from the public discourse. I mean, you've got people who have completely dissociated with humanity because all they care about are clicks and YouTube streams and likes. Go to the casket. Go to the gravesite. Go talk to the widow. I don't even know how to discuss this with someone who's completely lost all touch with reality.
Yeah, I mean, Anna.
What's Jack's answer to why can't the president say we should all be less violent?
Right. Because you can't even condemn the cold-blooded execution of Charlie Kirk.
Donald Trump turns on Destiny.
I don't think you're in the
YouTube,
position to demand anything from anybody.
On YouTube. That's how I'm going to take my.
You're not in any position to condemn anybody for anything. You won't condemn a cold-blooded murder.
He's the president of the United States. He's the president of the United States. No one here can answer that question.
Basic humanity says the murder was horrific. Why can't you say it?
To be less violent.
Why can't you say it, Destiny?
For over a decade.
To say the murder was horrific and unacceptable.
Why can't Donald Trump say it?
You can't do it, can you?
Why does no one hear any words for Donald Trump?
All right, Anarchist Berin.
Donald Trump. Nothing exactly.
Anarchist Berin. To me, this is what I'm talking about, that I think there is an element of the left, the hard woke left, that have completely lost their minds. If you are not able to just outright simply condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk, and if you cannot stop yourself from mocking his grieving widow, you are sick, as I've just seen from Destiny. It's a sick
thing
mindset.
is weaponizing a widow's grief to try to do recruitment for your political party. That's probably one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. She's showing up in emails for recruitment drives for TPUSA.
Destiny? What did you think the assassination of a political figure would do? What did you think the outcome was going to be? What did you think the outcome was? And by the way,
are you asking me for the pragmatic political outcome, or are you asking me for?
Hey, how about take it easy on the Adderall? Take it easy on the Adderall, and let me answer the question that Piers asked me.
You must have been really bullied today, I guess.
Let Anna speak, please.
My behavior is not reliant on how anyone else behaves. Every morning I wake up and I make decisions about how I choose to react or respond to things. I don't wake up in the morning, check what Donald Trump has to say, and then base my own personal behavior on his behavior. I agree with you in that it would be very helpful to have the leader of this country want to turn the temperature down. And he hasn't done that. I agree with you on that. But that doesn't change the way I choose to respond to what's going on. The idea of mocking a woman who is now a widow with 2 young children who witnessed her husband get shot in the neck and bleed out to death. How could you mock that? What is wrong with you? I just don't understand it. That's it. I don't understand it. I don't understand you, Destiny. You have so much hatred in your heart, and at the same time, you
it's such a simple thing. If you're going to
hateful.
weaponize somebody's grief against the other party, well, then of course people have a right to fight back against it. I think that she has every right to grieve in whatever way she wants, but when that grief is going to be weaponized to do recruitment, political recruitment, and further radicalization of the other side, then of course you not only have the ability to mock it, I think you have the obligation to mock it. It's insane.
Let me understand. Let me understand your argument. So since others are using her grief to politically recruit, you think that it's okay to mock her specifically?
Since others are using her grief,
sense?
she's the one who gave a 17-minute speech on TV where she talked about good versus evil. She's the one showing up in
Destiny,
TPUSA ads to 1 or 2 days after.
This guy is lost. He's far gone. I think sometimes maybe when you spend so much time on the internet without actually interacting with people in real life, you become a little bit disassociated like he is. You understand? Somebody dies. The widow has a responsibility to carry on whatever he fought for the sake of the children. Are you saying the widow should just be crying and do nothing about and not try to protect his legacy? The kids are still young. If they were older, it would be his son or the daughter speaking. I don't know. That's how things work. He built that. He did that. And he got assassinated for it. His legacy should live on. It's a responsibility. The widow has a responsibility, whether she likes it or not. If she loved him, she ever loved him. And if she cares about her kids, it's the only way that the kids will grow up to know who their father was and what he stood for. We are all influenced growing up by our parents. We turn out to be because our parents try to instill certain things in us. But at some point, maybe because of people we meet as we grow, we get brainwashed. So this guy wants to react in a way that, in short, his reaction is how can I say, he can't blame something bad. He can't he can't call out what's evil and what's bad because Donald Trump hasn't done it. Other people have done it. Barack did it. Kamala Harris, she did it. She condemned what happened. A lot of people have condemned what happened because what happened was evil. But if he can't do it because of the hate he has for Trump, that just makes him sick. How do you live a life where your decision making or your political views or how you act on certain things is dependent upon the USA president? This is crazy. I think he's sick.
If someone assassinated my husband, I would not be able to have the level of composure she had during that speech. I would be out for blood. I understand why she's angry and why she said the things that she said. Okay, you need to understand what being a human is, what it's like to actually lose someone that you love, that you chose to spend your life with, that you chose to raise children with, a person who was violently and viciously assassinated like that. This is why I've moved away
and when
from
something
identifying as
you got bullied online. It's so funny. It's so funny that you just said that you don't think about how other people act to define your behavior. Your entire political ideology now is somehow defined by the people that were mean to you on Twitter.
No,
if somebody
it's
cares
not.
about somebody who's grieving,
I understood
then you tell that
what
person,
the flaws
you
on
tell
the
that
left
person,
happen to
hey,
be. The
maybe you
weakness
should
in their
step back
arguments.
for a couple of
No,
weeks.
no, it's
Maybe
not
you should
about
take
the
some
way
time
I
to
get
grieve.
treated.
You don't
I get
say,
treated
hey, let's
like
throw a
crap from
camera in
both
front
sides
of
of
you
the
and have
political
you do
aisle.
mass recruitment for our political party while everyone over here is calling for civil war. It's unhinged. When you've got people like Matt Walsh and the Daily Wire, the
we're
president
talking
of the
to
United
a
States
guy
calling
who
for
said
civil
he'd be
war,
okay with his own parents getting killed if they went to that Trump rally where that assassination attempt
and we're talking
happened.
to a
There's
woman
no
who went
reasoning
on and
with
did
you,
the whole
Destiny.
conservative media
There's
outlet with
there's
Tucker
no
Carlson
reasoning
and
with
Glenn
you.
Beck and had
Okay.
nothing bad to say whatsoever. I know where your bread is buttered. I know where
And
you're
it was
making your money
great.
from.
I had
Okay, that's
awesome
great.
conversations.
I
I don't regret it at all.
That's great.
I also had a
And keep up with the
conversation with
personal
Jack
attacks 'cause you're
Posobiec
so
on her
brain
take. It was
broken.
awesome.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Jack,
what
the guy over here that gets
democracy is
paid
about.
by
Having
Russia
an
that lies
exchange of
about everything that
ideas.
comes out of his
Yeah.
mouth. Yeah,
All right,
great.
let me
That's a
bring
good
in.
one.
Let me
Very
bring
I don't
in.
agree with him on everything, but at
Still
least we
to
can
this
have
day,
dialogue.
Anna,
No one
Anna,
on
you're
here
completely
can call
right, by the
dialogue.
way.
Sure, it's
Anna
happening
is
right now.
completely
Charlie,
right.
didn't it?
And the irony of Charlie Kirk is that he led the way in going in to debate with people who hated him, and he would
No,
try and
he
have
didn't.
respectful
Charlie Kirk
dialogue.
beat up
Well,
on college students.
unlike
That's all
you,
he did.
Destiny.
Let's be
Let me
real.
bring
Unlike
Andrew
me,
Wilson
I'm
in.
here
So do
arguing.
you.
Yeah.
Let me
What do
bring
you
in
mean? So
Andrew
do you.
Wilson.
So do you. You beat up on college students. You go on a college tour.
Charlie
You're going on a
Kirk is
college
trying to
tour
hold
right
higher
now
level
to
debates
beat
and you
up
guys
on
killed it.
college students. What are you talking about, Destiny? That's what you're doing right this second is going on a college tour to go beat up on college students. By the way, can I just ask you a question?
I don't
yes or no?
exclusively beat up on college.
Can you
What are you
actually
talking about? I
answer?
debated half
Can you
the
actually
damn
answer?
why. What do you
Hang
mean
on,
I
calm
beat up?
down.
What do you mean I beat
I
up
just
on
got one
college students?
question. I got one question for you, and I want you to actually answer it. Are you glad Charlie Kirk is dead?
No, I don't think anybody in this country should be dying to political violence. It's insane. The past 5 years in
Then
this
just-
country has been crazy. But the reality is, until
So
conservatives
then why did you
have
say
to
that to your co-host
until conservatives-
that Trump
until
deserved the
conservatives
bullet? Why did you
have
tell him
to
that?
Until conservatives have to say, hey, we all need to be less violent, there's no purpose in Democrats doing it, because every time Democrats disavow, you further entrench your guys' delusional beliefs that all the violence is coming on the left. Donald Trump can go on TV, he can say, Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. They can go on Parler and say, we heard you. They can go to the Capitol and break in and try to insurrect. They can get convicted in front of a jury, and then Donald Trump can pardon them, and we can come out and go, hey guys, why aren't Democrats disavowing violence? And pretend that the problem is coming from the left. Democrats do a disservice to this country by disavowing violence constantly when the president of the United States
Let me respond
won't go on
quickly.
TV and say all of
Let
us
me
need to
respond
be less
quickly,
violent. How
Destiny.
easy
So
would that
the
be?
thing is, why did you say to your co-host
keep
that
focusing on me.
the
Keep
bullet
focusing on
that
me.
the bullet
I'm not here to
that
play-
the bullet was for Trump? Why did you say
Why
to your
did- why did-
co-host
why did
that
Donald
the
Trump-
best
why did
place for the
Donald Trump
bullet was
call
Trump?
Kamala
Why did
a
you say that?
fascist? Why did Donald Trump call
It's a
everyone a fascist?
whataboutism.
If that's what's causing
Whataboutism.
political- Yeah,
I'm
that's what
asking
you're
you
doing
a
right
question.
now. Whataboutism. The
I can't be
conversation is about
whataboutism
what I
if
say.
it's my
The
question,
conversation is,
Destiny.
Why won't Donald Trump disavow violence in the United
Answer the
States?
question.
All right,
Why
why
did you
don't we
say
do
that?
this? Why don't we
Why did
do
you say
this?
that?
Why don't we do this before I cut
Such an easy
mics?
question.
Because you don't care.
Destiny,
you don't care that Kirk's dead. Just
Destiny,
be honest,
allow
you fuck.
Andrew,
Just be honest, you fuck.
allow Andrew to repeat his question and let him ask the question. Then you answer it, okay, Andrew?
No, I want to hear the other
No,
side
no.
first.
Let him
See what
ask
I
the
mean?
question.
Donald Trump
Yeah.
Let him
disavow violence
ask
in
the
this
question, Destiny, and then you answer it. Andrew.
Destiny told his co-host when asked point blank if he wanted the bullet to kill Trump, that the worst thing that could have happened was the bullet missing. He said this to Pisco. I watched it. Okay, this guy's an obfuscation machine. And if you know what else, Destiny, why should we believe you? I think you are glad Kirk is dead. And all of your tweets seem to prove that. And you would have been happy if Trump was assassinated. You've made that very clear. So why not just be truthful for once in your fucking life and say the truth, that you don't care that Kirk is dead, and you're actually probably glad he is. Isn't that really what's true?
I don't want anybody in this country to die to political violence. I don't think in the United States of America that should be happening. I don't know why it's so hard for the president to say the same. I think it'd be the easiest thing in the world as a president. Biden did it for 4 years. That's why everything was way cooler when he was here, like in terms of temperature. The Clintons have no problem saying it. Barack Obama has no problem saying it. Kamala Harris has come out and said it. Every Democratic lawmaker and leader has basically come out and said it. But for some reason on the Republican side, it's just civil war, civil war, civil war. And the Republican president of the United States, who has presided over more violence politically in this country, more large protests than any president in all of U.S. history, for some reason can't bring himself to say, all of us need to calm down. And
So
until
did
that
Trump
happens,
deserve
there's no
the
reason for
bullet?
anyone allowed to say it.
Did Trump deserve the bullet?
This is all you care about are the political hit jobs.
Just
It's
answer
actually
the
insane
question,
to me.
bro.
It's
Did
so
Trump
insane
deserve
to
the
me.
bullet?
Did Donald Trump
he deserve
disavow
the
violence
bullet?
on his side ever? Did Donald Trump
Answer
disavow
the
violence on his
question.
side
Did
ever?
Trump deserve the bullet?
You can't answer the question. We're here to play.
No, bro,
to
it's
find
my turn
tweets
to ask
and
the
YouTube
question.
video
It's your
clips.
turn to answer.
It's YouTube
Did
video
Trump deserve
clips.
the
and it's-
bullet?
Did Trump disavow violence in this country ever?
Did he deserve the bullet? Yes, he's
Answer my
disavowed
question, I'll
violence.
answer yours.
But again, I just did. Now your turn. Now your
Not just
turn.
on the radical
It's
left.
your turn.
Did Donald Trump?
Did
then
Trump
no,
deserve the bullet?
I never said that. No, I never said that. No.
Okay, except you did to your co-host.
No,
You
I
said,
didn't. Oh, wait. When did
your
Donald Trump
exact
disavow?
words-
Wait. When did Donald Trump
your
disavow
exact
violence
words
in this
to your
country?
co-host, you lying sack of shit. If he wanted
I'm the lying
to
sack
kill
of
Trump,
shit?
the
No
worst
way.
thing that could have happened
Donald Trump
was the
disavowed
bullet
all
missing.
political violence. And
That's what you said,
this is,
bro.
Yeah. And this is where when
You're
you're
the
putting
biggest lying sack of
YouTubers, when you're
shit,
putting
bro.
YouTubers and tweeters on the same level as the president of the United States, this is why conservatives are absolutely brain broken when it comes to violence in this country. And that's why I don't.
Okay, so this guy, I think from what I've seen is he has a Trump problem. He has a Donald Trump problem. Just like most of the people. And that's the reason why they have this narrative and they put out this narrative and they risk his life by saying what they say about him. If you saw what happened, is it a year ago, some year ago, 2 years ago, when they almost took him out? It's because of people like him. So him is not gonna condemn an evil act because Donald Trump hasn't. But is it Donald Trump that caused this? And he's talking about like Donald Trump and the mega movement causing a lot of violence. And I think I was waiting to hear maybe back it up with maybe assassinations or people being unalived because of what Trump said. The marching is talking about, nobody lost their life there. So, with these guys, they have a Trump problem. And they don't realize that they are the most evil and violent. And also this, there's this victim mentality. You know, they always have this victim mentality. It's like, it's mostly common with the black people, the victim mentality. It's mostly common with also black people. You know, black people can say insensitive things about other races. When the other race does it, you hear them talking, oh, he's a racist. He's a racist. All of a sudden, they play victim. Same with these guys, most of them, they like to play victim. Take, for instance, maybe if it was one of theirs that lost their life in this case, there will be so much civil unrest. There will actually be violence. People will be burning up stuff. But have you seen any of those things happen? Actually, from the videos that have been seen, you see that even in campuses where people are mourning, they're trying to pay their last respect for Charlie. It's the far left that are doing or overdoing or that are doing crazy stuff. You find that they'll go over there, they'll start singing, dancing. The other guy, if you check the last video I uploaded, the other guy was even mocking him, trying to reenact how he fell and all that in front of his supporters and his followers, people that are mourning, that are trying to pay their respect. He's doing that. And nobody's doing anything to him. And this guy comes on because he's lived so much on the internet. He's saying, oh, Donald Trump needs to condemn it. The widow shouldn't talk about the husband's person and his organization on how they should continue forging ahead. In order to keep his memory, the widow has no right, apparently. That's what this guy is saying, because she's recruiting, she's gaining some political mileage. And he has a problem with that. Guys, what do you all think? I think I've spoken too much. Somebody in the comment section of this video says that Destiny doesn't realize he is invited here as the representation of the lunatic fringe. And that has a lot of likes. So, Destiny grew up in a conservative household, but can't imagine the shooter being radicalized on the left. Destiny is the exact reason Democrats are start to lean more on the right. Guys, thanks for watching and subscribe to the channel.